God is a master chess player. Today I was reflecting on Psalm 37, verse 5, which says, "Commit your way to the Lord and trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." And I was reminded of the story of Moses. God reminded me specifically of his mother's faith, the boldness of her faith that made her commit her baby into the hands of the Lord, to the point of looking like she was taking a very negligent decision by putting her baby in a basket on the Nile, which has crocodiles. But she trusted in the God of covenant to come through to protect her baby. And no other woman did that. We're not talking about any other woman in the Bible who did that from that time. All the others died, they were all murdered. But this woman put her faith in the God of covenant because she saw that there was something different about her baby. So she took that step to commit her child into the hands of the Lord, even though it looked extreme. And the irony of the whole situation is that the baby was raised by the very persecutor who wanted to kill him. Moses was raised in the house of Pharaoh by Pharaoh's daughter. So the very baby that Pharaoh wanted to destroy because he was afraid that a deliverer was coming from that generation ended up being raised with his own resources by his own daughter. So God is a master chess player. And it's so amazing because Moses learned the best education system of the day. And Moses ended up writing the first 5 books of the Bible. So see how God turned it around. The devil was out to get the promise, was out to kill the dream. But because this woman committed her baby into the hands of the Lord, her baby lived to fulfill that destiny. So sometimes committing our way to the Lord is not just handing him over an anxiety, which is also included in this verse. Committing your ways, not just handing over, a situation or a way of life that you're turning away from into God's hands, but it's giving him the very dream that he gave you. It's giving him your baby. It's giving him something that's really precious to you. It's relinquishing rights to something. I don't know what that looks like for you, for me, but that was the inspiration that the Lord gave me. And I believe he's going to challenge us in some way because God always, he takes a step before the enemy, right? So he always shows us the wisdom before the situation comes if we're paying attention. If you're paying attention, he's giving you the way out before the temptation comes. And if you come across a situation this week where you have to commit your way, even in the small things, we have to commit our way. One of the biggest things we deal with is anxiety. And in the parable of the sower, Jesus said anxiety chokes the word. So it's not a small thing. And he also said after the Lord's Prayer that we should worry about nothing because he knows that this is a big thing. He says this is what the world is doing. They're in worry, they're in anxiety, they're fretting. But in the same Psalm 37 I quoted from, the Bible says fretting actually causes harm. So it's not a small thing. So committing our way into the hands of the Lord, committing what concerns us into his hands is a big deal. But that verse has 2 conditions. It says that we must commit, so hand it over to him, take that burden off of ourselves, our back, give it to him, and then also trust, which means we must have a posture of a faith that is steadfast, that is constant, that is continuing, that is ongoing. Because when he shows up, we're going to receive. He's going to be able to come through the faith that we have. So he says we must do these 2 things. Give it to him, don't take it back. Jacob, Moses' mom, didn't go back and take the baby from the Nile. Didn't go back and say, hey, I changed my mind. This is too risky. I changed my mind. I think this is reckless because the crocodiles will have my baby. She didn't do that. She said, giving what I'm dealing with, this is actually a good choice. And it paid off because she put her trust in the Lord. She was a woman of faith. And she did that. She committed and she kept that trust. She kept that ongoing faith for God to come through. And God did come through. The master chess player did come through. And so if that comes across our lives. If we have to face a situation like that, this is a word for now. It's a word to remember that God is a master chess player. And just as he did it for Moses' mom, he can do it for you and me. God bless. Bye. If this blessed you, share it.